Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. And in today's video, we are going to be giving our review for a documentary. This is our second documentary on this person. The first one was more of, I think it was a more recent documentary. This one came out. It's not this one isn't that old one, but it wasn't as recent as the one we had watched. But that is a documentary on Robin Williams called "Come Inside My Mind." We had watched one before this that basically dived into his health issues and the events that led up to and after his death. This one focused a lot more. It focused some on his later problems, if I remember correctly, towards the end of the documentary. But it mainly focused on his career and his early struggles with like depression and stuff like that. And again, this was a very, just like the other one we watched, this is a very well done documentary. I wish both of these had. I think this one coming to my mind does have a DVD release, but it's like $18, I think. Which wouldn't be bad if it was Blu-ray, but for DVD, I'm very picky on how much I want to pay for a DVD, and that's a little out of my price range. But this one is still just as good as the first one we watched. I think they done very, very well covering everything, taking you deep into his world and the struggles he had, trying to, put on a front for everybody, for the camera, because when he wasn't on stage performing, he wasn't mean, but he wasn't the happiest person that you see up on stage. He wasn't always, obviously he wasn't always like some, grouch or anything, or just like terrible to be around off stage, but he just wasn't what you saw. He wasn't the full effect of what you saw on stage. That was, and it was just, it was very sad, but a very great watch. What do you want to say about
I don't want to cry.
that?
I don't know. I just thought the whole thing was really, it hits you hard. And it sucks that he went through that, but.
Yeah, all these actors, male and female, they have their behind the scenes problems, and no matter what it is, whether it's personal health issues, mentally or whatever, you just never know. Watching Chris Farley's documentary, I watched one on him and on TV. I want to say it's the one I recently purchased, the I Am Chris Farley. I think it was on TV, at least it was a Chris Farley documentary, and to sit there and just to see his life outside of, outside of the movies, it's like these actors, they go through a lot mentally, and especially comedic actors. It seems like the comedic actors, we always say, I've always heard people say, well, the comedic actors tend to always do great in dramas and in serious roles when they act in them. And with that being true, there could be a reason for that. That maybe it's because they live their life. That's how their life is outside of trying to be this comedic person. Obviously, maybe not every comedic actor is that way. I know, Adam Sandler's been doing really good in his more serious, dramatic roles. Obviously that doesn't mean he's going through what some of these others like Chris Farley and Robin Williams went through, but it gives you something to think about. I think that's what's so good also about these documentaries is shines new light and gives you something to think about for not only that person in particular, but for other actors. But I thought this was very well done. It was really good and detailed. Everybody they had on there seemed like they knew what they were talking about. They knew him really well. So, I could definitely say I'd recommend it. I gave it a 5 out of 5. I think you gave it the same, didn't you? 5 out of 5. Both gave it 5 out of 5. So, if I ever came across this one for a good price, I would definitely grab it. If they ever released the first one we watched, documentary we watched of his, which I can't remember at the moment off the top of my head what it was called, I would pick that up as well, because they're just that good, and it's for an actor. It's a documentary on an actor that I really loved. He's one of my top actors. And I guess you can say he still is one of my top actors. So even though he's not able to make anymore, but so I think that is everything. Unless you want to add anything else. But so please like and subscribe, hit the bell to be notified for all videos, and we will see you all in the next one.